Batman just crossed a line nobody thought he would ever cross. He almost attacked his own mother. And as if that wasn't dark enough, Scott Snyder ended this issue by recreating the most traumatic scene in DC history. Today, the absolute universe changed forever.
Absolute Batman issue 23 is officially here. Written by Scott Snyder and drawn by Nick Dragotta. And this is easily the most unhinged chapter of this run yet. Real quick, just to catch up anyone who doesn't remember, the Scarecrow saga had Batman crossing Gotham to the cemetery, chased by the Robins in giant mechs, with Harley Quinn warning him that he was being consumed by Scarecrow's lies. Bruce didn't care, went all the way, and the revelation shocked everyone. Thomas Wayne's grave was empty. A call from Scarecrow confirmed that Bruce's father is still alive, being held captive. That destroyed Bruce inside, and that is exactly where issue 23 kicks off. The story opens with Alfred meeting his daughter Julia at a coffee shop. She hopes he isn't there to tell her he's leaving town. It's actually the opposite. He's staying for good. He's just stopping by London first to let his agency know he's taking a sort of vacation.
Julia wasn't expecting that. He explains that he needs to take care of Batman. Not just his mission, but his actual mental health, because he's watching Bruce lose himself in this hunt. Julia takes the opportunity to drop some hard truths about her own father. Cut to the Robins base. Dick just got out of the shower, and the others comment that he's drawing too much attention walking around shirtless. There's even an online poll going around about the city's favorite Robin, and Dick, get this, is in last place. Tim Drake is in the lead, Stephanie is second, and Jason is third. The conversation is interrupted when Jason shows up in uniform, obsessed with capturing Batman, while the others are already exhausted. Dick reminds everyone that their mission is to protect the city, not just catch Batman, but Jason heads out for another patrol anyway. And getting back to Alfred and Julia, she drops the first truth, that the phantom enemies he talks about are just that, phantoms. Bullock shows up at Barbara's house to deliver roses. She's in great shape, even stronger than the last time we saw her. Bullock worries about her, but all Barbara wants to know about is the investigation into her father's death. He believes Batman is to blame. She isn't so sure, and she dismisses him to get back to training. And real quick, Harley Quinn is rebuilding the hammer that Batman destroyed, furious at him, warning that the Red Hood gang will be going it alone from here on out.
Wrapping up with Alfred, Julia's second truth is that by chasing these phantoms, he ended up hurting the people closest to him, in his own family. Exhausted, she wishes him a good trip and leaves. In the Batcave, Bruce is trying to find more information on Scarecrow when his friends show up against his wishes. He wanted everyone away. They won't leave. They know all about Scarecrow's Batman Project theory, and they want to help. Bruce loses it again, yelling at everyone, obsessively citing connection after connection leading him to the Joker. And then the downward spiral gets worse. He remembers when, in his childhood, the zoo was attacked, and Waylon Jones was found next to the crocodile, Penguin next to the penguins, Ed next to the monkeys. Bruce is completely out of his mind, convinced that the key lies with the bats imported from Bolivia, thinking his father might be there. Harvey realizes they can't help their friend anymore, even with the Riddler assuring them that this isn't a riddle to be solved. Bruce declares he doesn't trust anyone, that everyone is compromised, whether they know it or not.
Waylon isn't having it. They are brothers, all there for him. But Bruce's words carry too much weight.
If you're enjoying this deep dive into the absolute universe, take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe to Comic Chronicles. We cover every major DC drop, and your support keeps the channel going. Now, back to the Batcave, because what Alfred does next changes everything.
And then Alfred makes the most shocking move of the issue. He brings in Bruce's own mother, Martha. The hero is in utter shock, so out of his mind that he says he doesn't even trust Alfred. His mother tries to calm him down, tells him she knew about Batman through a letter from Gordon, and assures him that Thomas is dead. She is absolutely certain, and that everything Bruce is theorizing is just another one of Scarecrow's tricks. Even so, Bruce deduces that his mother's connection to the Court of Owls is the final piece of the puzzle. She agrees to tell him everything she knows, but not right now, not with him so out of control. She just wants to talk to her son. Except Bruce puts on the Batman cowl and starts yelling, nearly lunging at his own mother. His friends have to hold him back. Batman is totally out of control, until Alfred grabs a stun gun and shoots him, promising to shoot again if he has to. Man, I did not expect to see Batman screaming at his own mother, almost attacking her. He is genuinely disturbed in this issue. If you want to jump into this saga right now, the Absolute Batman collection is available on Amazon and in the YouTube store down below. And scattered throughout the issue, there are flashbacks of Bruce still working for Falcone. In one of them, he breaks into the apartment of someone who owed money, wielding a baseball bat, and is shocked to discover that it's Matches Malone, his childhood friend. Since he's masked, the guy doesn't even recognize Bruce.
While beating him, Bruce remembers everything. His father's death, his mother's words, Gordon, until he stops, looks in the mirror, and doesn't recognize himself anymore. A heavy moment, showing exactly how far this phase of his life had already gone. Back to the present, Jason, on patrol, runs into Batman by chance. Except Batman wanted to be found. He surrenders, says he doesn't want to fight. Jason thinks it's a trap and fires a containment weapon that completely immobilizes the hero. He can barely believe he pulled it off, stepping out of his mech to celebrate. Tim shows up to check it out, and the two celebrate. We got Batman. Except Bruce spots Scarecrow's crows nearby and tries to warn them that it isn't safe there. The two Robins ignore him, even calling Dick to share the news. And that's when Clayface emerges behind them, transforming into Batman himself.
The clay Batman leaps onto the two Robins, trapping them inside his own clay body. Bruce, desperate, breaks free from the ropes, screaming that he killed them. The other one repeats the phrase right back. The two charge at each other, and the fight begins. Nobody saw this twist coming. Batman can't land a single blow. He even tries to decapitate the villain, but it's useless. He simply rebuilds himself and keeps coming. Bruce doesn't stand a chance, but Clayface doesn't want to kill him, escaping through the sewers. And that's when Batman goes over to the Robin who is seemingly dead, Tim Drake, and holds him in his arms, recreating the classic A Death in the Family scene, almost panel by panel. Scott Snyder really didn't need to do that, right? It's worth asking if this death is really going to stick, because it's the Absolute universe. He can do whatever he wants with these rules. The part that hits the hardest for me, honestly, is Batman screaming at and almost attacking his own mother. That might have crossed the line a bit. But when it comes to shock value, Scott Snyder remains unbeatable. And just when you think it's over, right after this, Jason Todd wakes up. He believes Batman is the one responsible for Tim's death and swears that this isn't going to go unpunished.
If that scene immediately reminded you of the original A Death in the Family, the Classic Collection is available on Amazon and in the YouTube store. I'll leave the link down below.
All right, flashing back to the past, Bruce stops beating his friend Matches Malone. One of Falcone's goons shows up to finish the job, but Bruce steps in to protect his friend, ordering him to get out of there immediately. Bruce takes down Falcone's henchman, but he gets shot in the process.
So, what did you guys think of this bombshell of an issue? Did you like Robin's death, or did you think it was unnecessary? Comment down below, I really want to know. If this recap helped you understand everything that went down, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything Batman. Thanks everyone, see you next time.